Hey guys, Stadvert here with the Big Bang Build. So today I just want to do a run through of SkyCity really fast, show you what we have, and kind of show you what we want to expand on. Maybe give you some ideas of where or what you can do to kind of add some nice finishing touches or expand onto the city. So the whole idea behind this was, as you can see there, the message says zombie game is currently down. We're using this zombie outbreak plugin called Zombie Survival, and unfortunately it hasn't been cooperating with us. So the game the reason we made this city was for a game. The game and plugin is currently down and not working correctly. However, we would still like to expand upon this and maybe just even show this off for what we have right now. So when we started out, I went and I was just using creative mode and went and designed uh, this like little initially I was thinking of like a space station idea or something like that. Just these rings around this monorail track that we lead down to allow players to get from point A to point B on the map. Um, and then we just decided to kind of build up from there. And I was thinking like, oh, Sky City from Star Wars. And obviously, if I want to make that a legitimate Sky City from Star Wars, it's going to have to be much larger and much more grandiose. But I guess this is just kind of an offshot. That's kind of where I got the idea from. Obviously, it looks nothing like a scale replica, but um, that's where the inspiration came from. So as you can see, I didn't really put too much up here. I was just kind of messing around with a couple of ideas, for road work and all that stuff. Really need to. I think what I would do is come in here and change this brick to grass. I'm not sure yet, because I got my hands kind of tied in a couple other projects right now. But Dimmy was awesome, and he came over here, and we finally got the plugin working. So he came in over here, and he had created a whole graveyard and all that stuff to where zombies could spawn out of, and then we got zombies, say spawning on the power lines and all that stuff. He went and put in, like a couple of smokestacks, some skyscrapers, that sort of thing. And as you can see on top here, when the plugin's working correctly, then when spectators actually die, they can come all the way up to the top here and just walk around on the glass, and they'll be able to see everything that's going on. This big building over here, Shaman basically wanted to replicate something from the Resident Evil movies, kind of like Umbrella Corporation. So if you guys come on the server and actually want to check some of this stuff out, you can go underground, and I think he's done a pretty good job of like replicating parts of the Tokyo scene. I think that's what he was trying to do here, but he hasn't obviously been on to finish this up. So that might be something you may be interested in, maybe not, to either finish that or maybe build upon his idea. As you can see, though, we're really not concerned too much about casting an overshadow on the stuff below. The rationale is we actually have another standalone survival map. So this is just the overworld. This world can basically be used for whatever you guys want. So we're not worried about any sort of shadow down there. We could even, I guess, make it like a role-playing element or something. Oh, the world is blacked out, something like that. So the cool thing about building in the sky, though, is we don't have to worry about terrain. We can expand out as much as possible, and you can even mess around with, as you can see, putting stuff under it, which is kind of cool. So definitely feel free to do that. But yeah, Demi made this older town over here, and we went and did a little bit of landscaping. As you can see, put in some trees, built some artificial tree ideas. And then we went and put in a red light district here. And yes, that is a large phallus. So we're not opposed to those sorts of things as long as we're all drinking and having a good time. And, it's all, we don't want penises all over the map. But I'm not saying that we're totally against that sort of thing. We may even take this out because it is an eyesore. But we also put in, like casinos, gambling spots. Dimmy put in a like a whorehouse over here with like a menu selection, so I thought that was pretty funny. And then over here we put in obviously some more skyscrapers, a giraffe with wings that shoots fire. Giraffe is what we dubbed him. Like a couple, I guess, kind of like a school-looking thing, soccer field. They also decided to put in like a poor town because essentially what we're planning on doing is doing the zombie survival map in segments. So they would start off in the initial town there, work over to the red light district, this newer city, and then the more difficult area would be this poor town over here. So as you can see, it's definitely a big mix of design ideas. We would love to have some sort of unification as far as design goes. So definitely feel free to pop in with any sorts of ideas. We're even doing like a small floating island town or something over here, and we're not sure if we're going to include this or not. But we got plenty of room to work. Got some basic ideas kind of laid down, but would love to see what you guys actually have to come up with, what you could contribute. Any sorts of ideas would be completely welcome. This is something that Smoothie's added. It's actually a replication of his workplace in real life. So I mean, like, he's got bathrooms in here. He's got offices because he works at like a digital ad agency. And I've actually visited in person, and he's done actually a really good job of making it look exactly like the actual layout in real life, which is awesome. So I definitely encourage any sort of like realistic designs like this, any sort of maybe futuristic or kind of outlandish designs. Anything that I guess would make sense. Like, say for example, this is a broadcast tower. This is kind of like a giant water pump that pulls up water from the swamp down below. Just things like that to have fun. But obviously, we're totally open to futuristic ideas too, like say having hover jets or something like this to hold up the city. Get creative, have fun, and just let us know what you got. So this is Stadvert with Big Bang Build. Hope to see what you guys come up with, and hopefully I'll see you soon.